It's time to start the only way we know how, with the warm-up. Brought to you from our friends at Brick & Barrel. With a wonderful family atmosphere, Brick & Barrel has a beautiful beer garden and is just the place to take in a game or celebrate after. Brick & Barrel, 155 Joyner Parkway in Lincoln. The way you warm up is the way you perform. So to be the best, you gotta warm up with the best. So warm up with us as we sit down with a member of the Potters coaching staff to talk all things Potters. It's time to get loose and warm up right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Well, hello and welcome into the pregame show, the warm-up as we call it. Mark the Phantom Law here with Stones McCoy. Stones McCoy is our Potters coaching staff member here during the week. And Stones, I know we need to talk about the game, but I have to mention, tonight is Thirsty Thursday, first of all.
Yeah, it's
going to be a great crowd.
Yeah.
Also, it's something to do with the Zebras, Lincoln High Founders Night or something like that. So we've got the dance team and the cheer team out here. But we also have the mascot, and I had two kids go to Lincoln High for 4 years apiece, which makes 8 years of Lincoln High.
Okay.
I didn't know the mascot had a name.
Well,
Did you hear that?
No, I was too busy actually trying to get the show ready. What was the name?
Zeus the zebra.
The fighting zebra.
Yeah, he was a fighting zebra, and he was all nice.
All
Because I remember when my first son went through Lincoln, the zebra kind of had a yellow outfit. They cleaned it up, and this one was very clean, but Zeus did not throw a good pitch. But I guess it's not easy to throw a pitch when you're in that mascot outfit.
He's in it all the time, though, so
he lives in it. You're right.
He should be able to throw. I don't understand.
What am I thinking? Why didn't I realize that? So we've got the Sacramento Yankees are in for the second game of a two-game series here. On Tuesday, Stones, the Yankees went out big. They got Isaiah Williams, the left-hander, through great. They took a big lead. Potters came almost all the way back and 7-6. What were your takeaways from that one?
Well, again, we kind of touched on it on the post game, but really, it's making mistakes off of the mound, allowing free passes to set up big innings, and that's what happened to the Potters. They allowed a lot of the smaller mistakes. Errors and walks led to big innings, and they struggled to come back from that. You get too deep of a hole, it's really hard to come back from.
Yeah, Isaiah Williams pitched well. Potters had 29 hits, I think, the two games before on Tuesday, and then Tuesday just 4. But tonight, we get an old favorite back. We get a Potter legend back, Zach Chamiso, from Lincoln High, from Sierra College. He's back in the lineup. What do you expect that to do for the Potters?
That's going to be a jolt right in the arm. Man. Okay, you were talking. You're here on Founders Night, Lincoln Night. Chamiso coming off of the big home run that he had for Sierra in their run. They're late. So
huge bat.
There's going to be a lot of electricity coming off of him, and I really hope that he'll give that to the rest of the guys out there.
Yeah, a real old Pioneer Valley League theme tonight is Peyton Stumbo of Placer High pitching for the Potters. Noah Souza out of Colfax High, which is the old league they used to have. He's throwing for the Sacramento Yankees. So a big one tonight, Stones. 1-3 in the season. Doesn't really mean that much, but how important to come out and just play well tonight.
Well, yeah, you just want to be competitive. Early in the season, it's not necessarily about the W's and the L's, even though you want all the dubs you can get.
You do want the dubs.
But it's really about being competitive and finding yourself working in situations that you're going to find throughout the season and doing the right things. And that's really what the Potters are going to focus on tonight. I'd like to see them get the W, but I'd also like to see them be very competitive.
There you go, Stones McCoy, Mark the Phantom Low, bringing you the warm-up. We're back with more pregame right for this on the Stones Radio Networks.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Gaspar's going back, still going back, still going back. He reaches up, and that one is out of here. A two-run home run for Brandon Motherall. Line drive center field hit very well. Barnes goes back, still going back. He's not going to get it. It's down. One run scores. Here comes Roselle around third. They're going to send him as well. The throw's coming in. Cut off. It's a two-run triple for Zach Chamiso. Breaking ball is hit well to left field. It is gone. A home run by Clayton Coates, and he really turned on that one. That ball is way out of here. I mean, way out of here. A home run for Trey Fleury, number 2. And I think Trey has made a statement, and that statement is, I want to be the post-game guest on the Lincoln Potters broadcast on the Stones Radio Network. That ball's hit high. It is hit far. It is gone. A 3-run home run by J.T. Walden. High fly ball. That's well hit to left field. Brum goes back, still going back, reaches up, That ball is out of here. Brennan Roselle, the Fighting Zebra alum, pounds one to left field. The Potters lead this one 12-3, and somehow he's got the flag too.
Potters fans, Potter up.
Hello and welcome to McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California for another exciting night of Lincoln Potters baseball. I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe alongside my partner, the great Stones McCoy. Tonight, we bring you the second of two meetings this week between the Potters and the visiting Sacramento Yankees. The Yankees are 3-0 on the season after beating the Potters 7-6 on Tuesday night. Sacramento got 5 flawless innings from left-hander Isaiah Williams to grab a lead and then held on as the Potters had the tying run on third as the game ended. The Potters sit at 1-3 in 2023 and are riding a 3-game losing streak after winning their season opener last Friday night. They'll look to turn things around tonight in front of a big Thirsty Thursday crowd. It's a get-right game for the home team, and it all starts with lineups and first pitch right after this short break on the Stones Radio Networks.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the miracle balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
And we are here. Look at this. Look at the field. It's incredible. We got choirs out there. We've got Lincoln High yell leaders, cheerleaders, stunt teams. We got people down the third base line, down the first base line. There's the choir that just sang it. Now they're yelling at the crowd. And, oh, good. I like when the choir turns around and starts heckling the crowd. That's fantastic. Another great crowd out here. I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe here with Stones McCoy, bringing you tonight's game between the Potters and the Sacramento Yankees. But it is not only Thirsty Thursday, which I don't really think many of the people on the field right now are taking part in. It's also Lincoln Zebra Founders Night, and that means it's about Lincoln High. So we brought Zach Chimiso back, put him out at shortstop so we can have a kid from Lincoln High. But we got, I'm not even sure who is this the Lincoln Choir? Do we know, Stones? Lincoln High? Well, I don't know. Whoever they were darn good. We've also got yell leaders down the third base line, first base line. I think a little inside knowledge, we were talking to the director of the team, and I think between the third and fourth inning, they're going to put on a demonstration. Maybe I can persuade Mr. Stones McCoy to leave the cameras on the field at that time and bring that to you. But right now, we're getting ready for a ball game as the Potters, 1-3 on the season, are going to take on the Sacramento Yankees. Yankees won on Tuesday 7-6, and as we talked about in the pregame warm-up with Stones McCoy, it was a game that the Potters kind of put a little too much a little too many obstacles in front of themselves, or runners on base, free passes, things of that nature. They got behind because Isaiah Williams of the Yankees threw a great 5 innings. Potters came back when the relief pitchers for the Yankees also put a lot of runners on base, but the Potters, after getting about 34 hits, I believe, in the first 2 games of the season, 34, 35 hits, got just 4 in that game on Tuesday. So they're going to come out and try to bring the bats with them tonight as they try to go to 2-3 on the young season under new manager John Peters. Peyton Stumbo, the right-hander from Placer High in the University of Nevada, Reno, he will be on the mound for the Potters. He'll face the first 3 Yankees. It'll be J.D. Madrigal, the right fielder, then Dylan Drake, the second baseman, and Joaquin Murphy, the designated hitter. After that, the Yankees are going to go with Cowan Meyer, the third baseman. Mike LaPlaca is playing first tonight, batting 5th. Dylan Stallions, the shortstop, hits 6th. Christian Smith, the left fielder, batting 7th. Joseph Portwood is in center field. He bats 8th. And Avery Isola behind the plate is batting 9th. Noah Souza on the mound for the Yankees. But right now it's the Potters' turn to be in the field as the throw to second base. A bad harbinger of things to come. I hope not, as it goes all the way into center field. It's retrieved by Jarrett Curtis out there and makes its way back into the infield. And JT Maloney is going to hand it over to Peyton Stumbo, who went 1 inning in his first appearance this year. On Friday night, got the save, an inning, a hit, 2 strikeouts, no runs for Peyton Stumbo. So here's J.D. Madrigal. J.D. had an interesting game on Tuesday. He was 0 for 1, but he scored twice. He was hit by a pitch and walked twice. So he was on the bases a lot before being replaced in the late innings. Stumbo's first pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. J.D. from Cal State Stanislaus will be followed by Dylan Drake and Joaquin Murphy. That one is a little bit high for a ball, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes on J.D. Madrigal getting started on a beautiful night for baseball and a real fine crowd out here. Swing and a miss by J.D. Madrigal. 2-1. It's a Thirsty Thursday, which I think means $3 12-ounce offerings from the Farmers Brewing Company. That fastball is on the outside corner, evens it up at 2-2. And it is not, let's clear this up right now, Stones, that is not the same people as Farmers Insurance. I want you to know that. Or any of the farmers that fill your grocery stores with goodies. 2-2 pitches hit down the right field line, giving chase over there is Aiden Isola into foul territory, but he's not going to be able to catch up with it. It falls in the bullpen area down the right field line. And it will be 2 balls and 2 strikes again on J.D. Madrigal. So that's the Thirsty Thursday portion. Then, as we mentioned, it's a Lincoln Zebra Founders Night. And we found out, as we talked about in the pregame, the warm-up show, the Zebra's mascot is named Zeus, which I did not know. It was a very majestic-looking creature out there, but not really a good fastball by Zeus. Stumbo from the windup delivers the 2-2. It's hit sharply on the ground towards second base. Cade Sanchez collects it over to first for the first out of the ball game. So Madrigal's out 4-3, and that'll bring up Dylan Drake, who was 2 for 3 in the first game, and he's up here with 1 out. Let's look at that defensive alignment for the Potters. Ben Romano, the new guy's out in left field. Jarrett Curtis in center. Aiden Isola is playing right tonight. JT Maloney at third. Zach Chamiso at short. Sanchez, Levi Sotomayor at first. Behind the plate is Landon Weiss, and on the mound is Peyton Stumbo, who is now 0-1 on Dylan Drake as the first pitch is swung on and missed. Dylan, a couple of hits in the game on Tuesday. Also, in an interesting thing you don't see every day, didn't come up to bat one time when it was his turn. And he just sat out the at-bat. And that was a little controversy over it, a little conversation, but nothing happened in the end, so it worked out for him. That one's lined into center field. Curtis is coming in. He looks like it's going to hang up, and Jarrett makes the catch. So Drake hit it hard, but hit it right at Jarrett Curtis in center field. That was one thing Tuesday night. The Yankees dropped a lot of balls into short center field. Got a couple of base hits, popping them into short left and center field. Here's Joaquin Murphy, who was 3 for 3 in the game on Tuesday before exiting. The DH today for the Sacramento Yankees, who are 3-0 on the young season. Murphy takes outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Sails outside again. Joaquin he was 2 for 2. It came from his third time. Hit a ground ball, hit the umpire in the leg. Umpire said, "Hey, my bad. You're on first base." So that was his third hit of the game. 2-0. That one swung on and missed. 2-1. Landon Weiss behind the play, as I believe he's been every game this season for the Potters, out of William Jessup University. 2-1 pitch is chopped foul back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Joaquin Murphy. Cowan Meyer, the third baseman, batting in the cleanup spot today. He had a big 2-run single in the game on Tuesday. Fly ball left field. Romano moving over toward the line, trying to fight the sun, reaches up and makes the catch. So Ben handles the sun very well in his first try. 1, 2, 3 for the Yankees in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Yankees nothing. Potters coming to bat.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the first, Noah Souza on the mound for the Yankees. The left-hander's finishing up his warm-up tosses, and the ball goes down to second base and again goes into center field. So both teams are doing that so far tonight. Potters will start off with, they won't start off with J.D. Madrigal, so turn the book over, Phantom. Aiden Isola is first, and then Zach Chamiso and Cade Sanchez for the Potters in the top of the first. Rest of their lineup, Trey Furry's batting fourth today, then Levi Sotomayor batting fifth. Ben Romano, the left fielder, hit sixth. Jarrett Curtis seventh, JT Maloney, and Landon Weiss. With Peyton Stumbo on the mound. Aiden Isola, 235 so far for the Potters. 4 runs batted in. The right-hander from Sac City College and Granite Bay High School. First pitch by Souza is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. That one's inside corner. My bad. Pardon me. Look, it was inside, but it's on the inside corner. There's Piper. Piper showed up. I wonder if Piper and Zeus will have a face-off today. That's something I would pay some pay-per-view money to see. 1-1 coming up. Outside for a ball. 2-1 on Aiden Isola. Willie Preston to our right, the best in the business, has to greet a never-ending stream of well-wishers. That ball's lifted high up into left center field. Portwood comes over, reaches up and makes the catch, even though there was a fan who yelled, "I got it, I got it." Portwood somehow able to concentrate enough to make that play. So you got to give him credit for that. One out, and here's Zach Chamiso making his Potters debut here in 2023, a Potter legend. Came out of Lincoln High School, plays at Sierra College. They went to the state tournament, came in third in the state tournament, and now he's headed to UC Riverside. So congratulations to Zach. We've watched him for a couple of years now. He certainly deserves everything he gets, except for that high inside fastball, which he missed. So maybe I'll change my entire idea. No, I'll stick with you, Zach. Don't worry about it. 0-1. Left-hander against left-hander. Cade Sanchez to follow. Zach takes that outside for a ball. I'm going to take a couple of innings to get this umpire's body language down because he's always ready to pounce and call strikes. I got to watch him. Here's the 1-1 from Souza from the windup. Zach takes it right down the middle. Nothing mysterious about that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looks like there are a number of patrons who have embraced the Thirsty Thursday theme and they are doing their best to live it out in real life. Look out. That one sailed right in and hit Zach right in the back. So that's what he says. I came back for this? Come on. All right, go down to first base, Zach. We'll talk about it later. Cade Sanchez coming to the plate. Second baseman out of Houston, Texas, and Texas A&M Corpus Christi is hitting .353 for the Potters through 4 games with 6 runs batted in. Leading the team in that category, right-hand hitting second baseman. Got Chamiso over at first. Souza comes to the plate. Sanchez pops it up on the infield. Now it's behind home plate. Now it's on the infield again. And what a play by the catcher. Avery Isola, who was wandering around, that ball ended up in fair territory, and Avery makes the catch, and the umpire said, nice play, and Avery gave him the shrug. So I don't know how he did it, but it was a good catch by Isola. 2 outs, and here's Trey Furry. Trey doing the designated hitting duties tonight for the Potters. He's got Chamiso at first, and now 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Trey take the fastball right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 on Trey Furry out of Folsom Lake College. Also participants in this year's State Community College Baseball Final Four. He swings and misses one down the dirt, although Trey didn't play this year. He was at Oklahoma Baptist College. 0-2 on Trey Furry. Just getting started here on a beautiful Thursday evening at McBean Stadium. Another great crowd. Tuesday was about 900, I'm told. That's a fastball, just misses the outside corner, which is tremendous for a Tuesday. And all thanks go to the Lincoln Potter fans, because they're the ones coming out here checking it out. And we thank all of you for doing that, and all of you who are at home checking us out on the Lincoln Potters YouTube, Stones Radio Network's YouTube, or your Facebook. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and missed, and the tag is made by the catcher Isola, and Furry is down on strikes. No runs, no hit, 1 left. We go to the second inning. Yankees nothing, Potters nothing.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the second inning, no score. On your screen, if you look quickly, you can see Jordan Bajorgeson, former intern, now journalist, and now photographer, who waits until the camera's on, then goes out and squats on the field and takes some pictures that are totally unnecessary. But he says, oh, I got a great angle. But we welcome Jordan back to McBean Stadium. Top of the second, Cowan Meyer, Mike LaPlaca, and Dylan Stallions, the first 3 against Peyton Stumbo, the Placer High right-hander, facing a Placer High fellow alum, Cowan Meyer, who was 1 for 3 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in the game on Tuesday. Steps in against Peyton Stumbo, right-hander against right-hander. First pitch is in there for a call strike. Yankees wearing their white jerseys today with white pants and blue lettering. Kind of sharp, I got to say, Stones. Kind of sharp. That one's hit up in the air to right field. Isola's on the move. He's going to go into foul territory and not going to be able to get it. I don't think. No, it's on top of the screen out there as the VIP Kiln section, which is, again, very heavily populated out there because people have been listening, Stones, and they know that that is the way to go. You get your group of 10, 20, or 30. I don't know the real number. And you get them together. You go to LincolnPotters.com. You look up all the necessary arrangements, and you get those people out there and put them in the kiln. It's refurbished out there. It is absolutely fantastic. And I salute you and I wave to you. They didn't know I was doing that. Breaking balls popped up out of play. I guess it's because we were here when they did that, and they put the new floor in or whatever it was they were doing. Yeah, new concrete, whatever you call it. Just I know the misters are out there. Everything is fantastic out there. I'm going to go out. Let's do a game from out there. Can you get that set up? Fastball's high and outside. I know you say you can, but when we're out down there, I want people to know that Stone set this up. We're doing a game from the VIP area. Let's do it. Put that on the list. Breaking ball's fouled back to the backstop. When it's on the list, I know that means it's going to get done around here. When you work for Stone's Radio Networks, as I'm told I do, things happen. And they're not good, but things do happen. One, two from Stumbo. Breaking ball's hit sharply back up the middle into center field, and we have the first hit of the ball game. Cowan Meyer with his second hit of the two-game series. Clean single up the middle on a breaking ball. And he's at first with nobody else, and Mike LaPlaca is going to come to the plate. Mike was 0 for 3 in the game on Tuesday, did score a run.
Now batting for the Yankees, first baseman, Mike LaPlaca.
So he's up here with nobody out and Meyer over at first base. He puts on the oven mitt that you put on when you get on the bases these days. Fastball is just a little bit too low on Mike LaPlaca. He's followed by Dylan Stallions, the shortstop in this one. Throw over to first base, and Meyer is back. Levi Sotomayor manning first base for the Potters out of Sac City. Throw the first again. Maybe a little bit closer, but not much. Still at 1-0 on Mike LaPlaca. Short lead by Meyer at first base. That's high and inside. 2-0. Peyton Stumbo, a second appearance of the season, an inning on Friday night. Gave up a hit and struck out 2. No runs allowed. He closed out that win 5-2 for the Potters over the Novato Knicks. He throws over to first base. Knicks came back and won on Saturday 5-4 and on Sunday 10-8. And the Yankees a 7-6 win on Tuesday. So the Potters have lost 3 straight by combined total of 4 runs. There goes the runner. The pitch is popped up. Shortstop Chamiso is going to make the play, and he does for the first out. So the hit run was on. LaPlaca pops it up to shortstop, and that will bring up Dylan Stallions. Shortstop came off the bench in game number 1 of the series, was 0 for 1, came in the late innings, took over at shortstop. So he's 0 for 1. He's also out of Colfax High School. Throw over to first base, and Meyer is back. Tomorrow night, Potters and Menlo Park Legends, 6:35. Then the Legends again on Saturday and Sunday. Here's a runners going again. The throw to second base is a little bit in time. Nice short hop out there. Beautiful play by the second baseman, Cade Sanchez. The throw is quickly down there by Landon Weiss. A little bit short. Sanchez backhands it, puts the tag on Meyer for the second out. A beautiful play by the Potters. Weiss has thrown out several runners so far in the first couple of games of this season. That one, give 50% of the credit to Cade Sanchez on that one. Makes a fine pickup and tag. And then Stallions hits one out to the right of Sanchez. He backhands that, throws it to first, and that's the inning. So good job by the Potters defensively. We go to the bottom of the second. Yankees nothing. Potters nothing.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Well, that's embarrassing. Stones McCoy, we had a race. Piper with the second inning race, as he always does. He did not come in last, but he was beaten by Zeus, the Zebra's mascot. You know, the Lincoln Potters Founders Night tonight, and Zeus, I don't know if Zeus has a different sensibility, but he just dusted those guys. Average age of the competitor, I get probably 6, but still actually probably a little lower because number 2, if you could see number 2, look at number 2 there. That guy actually boosts pretty good. I wish I walked that smoothly. That's all I'm saying. But the cameras that Stones put that's out there, we can actually focus on the participants in these races that you've been hearing so much about over the years. Noah Sousa is going to conclude his warm-up tosses as he had to wait for that mass of humanity to cross home plate. And again, Zeus the zebra, the mascot, clearly wins that one. And Piper, I believe Piper might have got a lot going on. It's a fanny pack giveaway, but it's also 90s night. And I think that it tends to bring out the crazies, I'm thinking. It really does. It's a lot of fun out here whenever they have the theme night because, of course, Willie Preston is rolling the tunes, and he gets the 90s music out here, and we've got all kinds of costumes and stuff. So come on out tomorrow night, 6:35, first pitch. It's a Friday night at McBean Stadium, and it's 90s night. It can scarcely get any better than that in Lincoln, California, or in Placer County. Affordable Family Fund in all of Placer County and beyond. If you're in Sacramento right now, you can come to Lincoln tomorrow if you want. Tell them Stone says it was okay. First pitch at the bottom of the seconds to Levi Sotomayor, and it is in there for a strike, 0-1. Levi hitting at .421 so far with a couple of runs batted in this summer. Left-hander delivers Sousa on the outside corner, called that strike 2. So Sousa deals 0-2. Noah probably happy. He probably upset that we're not playing the Yankees tomorrow because I think Noah would like 90s night. Just seems like a 90s kind of guy to me. That's fouled out of play by Levi Sotomayor. Great crowd out here for tonight, Thirsty Thursday. And those tend to be very popular. We had 2 for Tuesday on Tuesday. Great crowd out here. And then Thirsty Thursday. That's outside for a ball. And I like it when you just have the random guy holding a beer walking behind the backstop, just wandering around holding a beer, looking up in the crowd. That's baseball, baby. You can see, he's almost out of the screen. Swing and a miss. So Sousa pulls the string on Sotomayor, gets the strikeout, his second in a row, second of the night. And here's Ben Romano, the new guy, the left fielder. Ben out of Mendham, New Jersey. He attends Tulane University. He will next year anyway. Tulane in the NCAA baseball playoffs, the regionals, which start, I believe, tomorrow, and some of his Tulane teammates will be joining us on the Potters this summer. So we're rooting for them, but we kind of like to have them out here too. Ben swings and misses. Gets away from Isola. He picks it up, and it's 0-1 on Ben Romano. 6'2" and 205 for Ben. Watches that one come in. It's a call strike, 0-2. So Sousa, very accurate so far through an inning and a third. Getting a lot of call strikes. The left-hander from the right side of the mound. Here's the pitch. Outside. I always get criticized by my son because he says, you never tell what side of the mound the pitcher's standing on, what side of the rubber. I'm like, okay. And then I just told him to go away. I don't know how to answer that. But I just did it for him. Swing and a miss. Romano's down on strikes. That's 3 in a row by Noah Sousa. And it'll bring up Jarrett Curtis, the center fielder. Jarrett 0 for 4 so far on the summer. Has scored a run. He comes to us from Cypress, Texas. And Texas Tech University. We're in number 1. And the Potters, very snappy blue uniforms with the orange piping. Kind of like that. I like that. I like the blue being the dominant color in those two rather than the orange. Nobody asked me, though. Ball 1 outside. 1-0. Outfield pretty much straight away for Jarrett Curtis, who takes that one high and inside. If he reaches base, then JT Maloney, your third baseman, will come up, batting in the number 8 spot today. Three and 0. Really a lot clearer when you open the window. No wonder that bug was in front of me the whole first inning. I get the ambiance coming in when I open the window. 3-0 pitch to Jarrett Curtis. It's right down the middle in there for a strike, and I can see that clearly now. I'm a little Johnny Nash. Remember Johnny Nash? I can see clearly now. 3 balls, 1 strike. That one is called strike 2. As Curtis is maybe 4 steps down the first base line on a pitch. I kind of agreed with Jarek. 3-2. Sousa just 21 pitches so far through an inning and 2/3 with 3 strikeouts. That's outside, ball 4. So Curtis goes down to first base. Second base runner off Sousa. He hit a batter in the first inning. It brings up JT Maloney, hitting at .235. The shortstop, or actually playing third base tonight. He's played shortstop a couple of times this summer out of Sac City College. Right-handed hitter steps in. Curtis at first base. Let's see if he goes. The pitch comes to the plate, hit sharply out towards shortstop. Stallions has he's going to go the short way at second for the 4th. So nothing across for the Potters in the second. We go to the top of the 3rd. Potters nothing, Yankees nothing.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori, with Frey & Associates Real Estate, has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the 3rd, Peyton Stumbo out on the mound for the Potters. He'll face Christian Smith, Joseph Portwood, and Avery Isola, the bottom 3. Stones McCoy again showing you his wizardry during that commercial break. He put a little inset there so you could watch the axe throwing championships, which have quickly become a real favorite pastime out here, and we had a couple of good throwers today, Stones. One guy had 2 of his axes actually stick on the target, and he was the winner. Tremendous job. And then the second place, she came in there, threw the first one really high, brought it down a little. Third one was nails. Stumbo's first pitch is in there for a strike to Christian Smith, who was 1 for 2 on Tuesday. So I'm kind of getting into the axe throwing. I'm almost ready to progress to real axes, though. Because, I mean, why not? And then put Jordan out there. That one is down low for a ball. Yeah, probably not a good idea, and plus you'd never get it insured. 1 ball, 1 strike, leading off the top of the 3rd against Peyton Stumbo. That one is in there for a strike. 1-2. Both pitchers looking very sharp in the early going here. The Koufax versus Placer High matchup. 1-2 pitch is hit up in the air, foul down the first base line. And the umpire very helpfully, after the ball lands in the parking lot, goes foul ball. The guy's earning his money out there. That's an industrious fellow. Momentary hold up here as we are cleaning up the Potters bullpen. Here's the 1-2. That's chopped foul down the first base line toward the Potters dugout, which that's not really populated by as many people as it usually is. Somebody must have got the memo. There's only like 4 guys out there. They probably don't have most of them are on the field, so there you go. 1-2 pitch sails outside. Sliders, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Christian Smith, Joseph Portwood, and then Avery Isola. 7, 8, and 9 for the Sacramento Yankees. That's line to right field, coming on the right fielder and making the catch head high is Aiden Isola out in right field, which is usually where you put the right fielder. Ball hit hard by Christian Smith, but Aiden came in and caught it, like I said, about head high, shoulder high for the first out. That brings up Joseph Portwood, the center fielder. Joseph was 1 for 3 the other night and scored a run. And I believe Mr. Portwood has got the designation of Dueling Dogs Batter of the Night, which means if he strikes out, it's 50% off Loomis Base and Brew products or Dueling Dogs products. And I don't know, again, Stones, we get into this every time, how that works with Thirsty Thursday. You've already got a deal going. And okay. Fouls that one off, and it's 0-2 very quickly. Let's see if we can get some barking going on from this crowd. We got a large crowd. We get some good barks out here. I don't think they really realize what's at stake here. 0-2. Half off Dueling Dogs at stake. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play again. Early in the game, everybody's... Popped up infield. Chamiso calling for it. Now it's going to be third baseman JT Maloney. It's really up there, and he makes the catch for the out. So Portwood fouls out. He foils the thirsty Potter fans, but there's still Thirsty Thursday to go back on. So you can still do that. A warning, we're going to give you a spoiler alert here, so you know if you're taping or something, recording the basketball game and checking us out, which is what you should be doing. Just want to give you an update for those of you who don't do that. It is just about the beginning of the fourth quarter, and the Nuggets lead 84-63. That's a fastball right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike on Avery Isola. He was 1 for 4 with a run batted in the other night. Brother Aiden out in right field. And Avery's team won the first of the battle. They won Tuesday night. Fastball again, that just misses. 2-1. So he had bragging rights for Wednesday anyway. Probably most of Thursday too. You know, he's probably been on it today. Swing and a miss, fastball inside corner. 2-2 on Avery Isola. Top of the order, J.D. Madrigal is next if Avery reaches base. Fastball misses the outside corner, goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the third, 2 outs here. No scores so far. Pitcher's duel between Stumbo and Sousa. 3-2 pitch, swung on a missed, and that's the inning. 1-2-3 for the Potters. That's the first strikeout for Peyton Stumbo, and as we go to the bottom of the third, it's Yankees nothing, Potters nothing.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
baseball. Come on out and join in the mud.
Bottom of the third, Noah Souza back on the mound. He's gone through 2 innings. He's allowed 2 base runners, 1 hit by pitch and 1 walk, but he's struck out 3. He'll face Landon Weiss at number 9 in the order. Then the top of the order, Aiden Isola and Zach Chamiso. No word from Stones Radio Network's headquarters on when that game. We're going to broadcast it out of the kiln out there. I'm still waiting for the muckety mucks to get back to me on that because I'm trying to make things exciting. I'm trying to put some zest into these broadcasts, and the suits don't understand that. All they see is problems. It's endless. Here's Landon Weiss, catcher out of William Jessup University, batting at .364 for the Padres so far this summer. 4 runs batted in, and I think probably 4 guys thrown out trying to steal as well. Landon takes in there for a strike from Sousa, who has been throwing strikes just 22. That's his 22nd pitch of the game, and we are in the bottom of the third. Weiss takes ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Landon. Aiden Isola, Zach Chamiso to follow. That is in there, call strike 2. Potter's working on 4 hits in the last 11 innings against Yankee pitching. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball got him. 4 strikeouts for the first 9 batters for Souza, and that brings up Aiden Isola. Right fielder comes in at .235. He flied to center field to open the Padres half of the first. Right-handed hitting right fielder with the catcher, Brother Avery, behind the plate. And here is Aiden. Beautiful night here for baseball. Grassy Knoll is packed over there down the left field line. 1-0. Just another great crowd of Lincoln Potter baseball fans, and some Yankee fans probably. 1-0 pitch is on the inside corner, call it strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another one of those helmets filled with ice cream. I love those things. Just trying to get a better look at it. Excuse me. Swing and a miss by Aiden Isola. 1-2. Wonder if she'd give me a bite of that. I doubt it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Don't push your luck, Phantom. From the windup, Noah Souza. Line drive left center field. That's down for a base hit, and the Padres are on the board hit-wise as Isola lines it into left center field. Aiden is on with 1 out. Both teams now with a hit. And here's Zach Chamiso, who was hit by a pitch his first time up on his 2-strike pitch. Left-hand hitting shortstop out of Lincoln High and Sierra College. He's headed to UCR, that's University of California at Riverside, after a tremendous 2 seasons at Sierra College. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 to Zach Chamiso. Isola leading at first. A tie for a ball. 1-1. Cade Sanchez to follow Zach. Potter's trying to do something here in the bottom of the third of a scoreless game. Each team with a single hit. Throw to first base, had him lean the wrong way, but fortunately for Aiden, he wasn't far enough off and was able to get back before the ball got there. Mike LaPlaca, the first baseman, putting the tag on, but just a little bit too late. So he'll live to run another day, and here's Chamiso, 1 ball and 1 strike. That pops it up. The pitcher's calling for it, and it is Sousa catches the ball crossing the foul line. So a couple of pop-ups, one caught by the catcher, one caught by the pitcher so far for the Yankees defensively today. And Chamiso gets the very rare F1 on that one. 2 outs, and here's Cade Sanchez. He popped to the catcher his last time up on a really good play by Avery Isola behind home plate on a ball that took him from foul territory right back into fair territory. Aiden Isola still over at first base. Sanchez watches that one going in for strike 1. Sousa's found a good spot on that corner. He's going there with his first pitch, and he's ahead in the count 0-1. That is inside for a ball, 1-1. We have a little bobblehead here from the Stones Radio Network's bobblehead night. Keep it, close to remind us of good memories from last year's bobblehead night. We thank the Potters once again for doing that. That was a blast. Sanchez waves at it. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 2. I just like the way I'm very youthful looking. It took like 67 years off my life. Stones just looks the same. And I remember Nolan designed it and said, I think Phantom is sitting down. Ground ball sharply out towards shortstop. Stallions has it. Slips, steps on second for the fourth, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the fourth. Yankees nothing. Potters nothing.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PFAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Through the wizardry of modern technology, during the commercial, enjoyed the Lincoln Potters cheer team as they performed for the crowd down the first base line in honor of Lincoln Zebras Founders Night. I don't see Zeus over there. Zeus the Zebra. Oh, he's out. Him and Piper out walking. They're out walking the concourse like two guys out of the town. Oh, man, those two guys are fast friends. So a little bit more of the performance for you there. Stones McCoy doing the wizardry, giving you the commercials, giving you the stuff that's happening on the field. We don't want you to miss a minute because if you see it, then you go, hey, I got to go out there. I want to check it out there. I won't be able to, enjoy the Stones McCoy camera, but I can get out there and see it for myself and give yourself a better idea of what you're going to see out here. It's a big night. We're going to have a bunch of more promotions, which we'll be bringing you about information out throughout the evening. But this one, Peyton Stumbo, has got to hurt because he's out of Placer High, and he's waiting for the Lincoln cheerleaders to get done. That's got to really stick in the craw there of the right-hander. University of Nevada prospect. Very appreciative crowd down the first base line. I hope they come out and do one down the third base line later on in the game. That would be only fair, wouldn't it, Stones? I mean, come on. Fantastic. I think they've got an encore. I think they were going to go, and then the encore, the crowd's bringing them back for another encore. I think we're in a V formation here as I'm going to try out for that ESPN cheerleader show. Maybe they're looking for new talent here. Peyton Stumbo's over there going, I like this, but, I got to pitch my inning here. Kind of taking it easy as we have the fans, or the players congregating, the outfielders in left center field, infielders in right field, short right field, and JT Maloney just hanging out over by third base by himself. Landon Weiss behind home plate, settling in. And there we go. Tremendous performance by the Lincoln High cheer team. And now we are ready to go with some baseball. And we'll start it off with the top of the order. That means J.D. Madrigal. The right fielder grounded to second base to open the game up, and he will come up here again out of Cal State Stanislaus. Great job by Lincoln High. And we're back to the action. Top of the fourth, no score. As Stumbo and Souza have been the story so far for their respective teams. First pitch is outside to J.D. Madrigal. 0 for 1 on Tuesday. Reached base 3 times, scored 2 runs. And 0 for 1 so far here tonight. Pops that one up right side. Sanchez shading his eyes, coming over toward the foul line. In foul territory, Cade makes the catch. Hung with that one for a long time and finally made the catch just in foul territory for the first out. And it'll bring up Dylan Drake, who had a line drive to center field his first time up, but it held up for Jarrett Curtis to make the catch. So Dylan is 0 for 1, 2 for 3 the other night for the second baseman. Left-handed hitter takes the first pitch high and outside. Played shortstop the other night. Moved over to second tonight is Dylan Stallions from Colfax High is playing shortstop right down the middle, evens the count at 1. 1-1 on Dylan Drake, 1 out here in the fourth. Swing and miss, something off that by Stumbo. Gets him ahead in the count 1-2. That's fouled off at the plate, so Dylan Drake stays alive. I think the most interesting thing to me so far is that Zeus and Piper have hit it off so well. They're down at the freaking Barrel backyard. If you're a mascot, you can't. I mean, I'm not saying. Swing and a miss, he got Drake. Going to have to go down to first base with it by Landon Weiss and gets Drake by a step as the ball hit the dirt, but he is out on strikes. 2 outs here in the fourth, and here's Joaquin Murphy, who flied out to left field his first time up. I guess they were just headed down to the VIP area. They weren't really stopping at the backyard, although I don't blame them. How do you card like a zebra, you know? I mean, it'd be tough. It'd be tough for the cats in the backyard down there. Murphy, the big chopper out toward shortstop. Chamiso has it behind second across the diamond, scooped up at first base. Nice play. Levi Sotomayor, and that's the inning. 1-2-3, a quick one for Peyton Stumbo and the Potters. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Yankees nothing, Potters nothing.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport. Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
Epic air guitar battle going on right now as Zeus, the zebra, and Piper the peacock are going at it. Zeus was for a minute on his back there, and I thought he was trying to do a little Jimi Hendrix. I think he fell asleep. I think that was the problem. Now he tried to break a Nerf guitar, and the winner is Piper the peacock? So I don't know. They're such good friends now. They don't want to take it at the expense of the other. Oh, what an epic confrontation that was. And we are back to another one. Out here as Trey Furry comes to the plate. He's followed by Levi Sotomayor and then Ben Romano against Noah Souza, who's cruised through the first 3 innings, allowing just a single hit and striking out 4. Furry struck out back in the first inning, so he is 0 for 1 in this one. Right-handed hitter against Souza. Outside for a ball. He really works that outside corner on the first pitch to the right-handed hitter so far, and Trey's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. inside that time. 2-0, just a big bunch of zeros out on the scoreboard as we are in the bottom of the fourth inning. Trey Furry. Potters have just 4 hits in the last 12 innings against Yankees pitching. Their only hit tonight. So base hit by Aiden Isola. 3-0 pitch is down low. Take your base. So Furry gets the walk on 4 pitches. Second one allowed by Noah Souza. He's also hit a batter. So with runner at first and nobody out, Levi Sotomayor coming to the plate. He struck out back in the second inning, hitting .421 coming in for the Potters. First baseman out of Sac City College, left-hander against the left-hander Souza. A little bit of limbering up going on for the Yankees in their bullpen. First pitch is a little bit outside, 1-0. 1-0 on Levi Sotomayor. .41 pitches now for Noah Souza. Levi lines that one into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Scooped up out there by Smith, and he gets it in. Stopping at second is Trey Furry. Second hit of the game for the Potters. Levi, a little soft line drive right over the head of Kevin Meyer at third base. Clean single, so 2 on, nobody out, and that'll bring up Ben Romano, who struck out his first time up. Out of Mendham, New Jersey, and going to Tulane University, it's Ben Romano, right-handed in left fielder. Meyer comes in a little bit at third base. Romano takes outside for a ball. 1-0. So Souza just missing those spots he'd been hitting the first 3 innings. Potters trying to take advantage here with 2 on and nobody out. Romano swings and misses. He got a good one there. Couldn't catch up to it. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jarrett Curtis, the center fielder, on deck. Jarrett got a base on balls his first time up. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to third base is going to be just a little bit too late. And in under the tag is Trey Furry. Following him up is Levi Sotomayor. He takes second. Furry just walked in, as he often does. We watched him the last couple summers. He's a walk into your lead base runner, and he sold that one after nobody stopped him. Second and third now, but the strike is in on Romano, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ben. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Tagged out by Isola, and Romano's down on strikes. So 1 out now in the fourth, and here's Jarrett Curtis. Walked back in the fourth inning, or back in the second inning on a 3-2 pitch. He looks down at JP, coaching at third base. Pretty clear what needs to be done with runners at second and third and just 1 out here. He hits it foul, off to our right. 0-1. Mike LaPlaca is playing a little bit behind the bag at first. Meyer behind the bag at third. Oh, 1 pitch to Curtis. Sails high and outside. 1-1. Jarek wearing number 1 out of Cypress, Texas. Texas Tech University. Up here against the left-hander Noah Souza. Swing and a miss on a fastball that probably was a little bit outside, but now down in a hole. Jarrett Curtis at 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's followed by J.T. Maloney as the Potters try to push across the first run of this one. Outfield straightaway and medium deep. Sales went outside, took a little bit off that one, missed the outside corner. Evens the count at Jarrett at 2-2. Haven't seen a lot of shaved ice today, Stones. A lot of Thirsty Thursdays, which is what we like to see. 2-2 sails high and outside to Jarek Curtis. Now it's a full count for the second time in a row on Jarek. Last time they missed outside with the 4 ball. See what's going on this time as we're 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. That's inside ball. No, call strike 3. Curtis took 3 steps and then jumped up in the air, so you knew he heard something bad, and he is called out on strikes. That is the 6th strikeout by Noah Souza, and now the Potters, who had second and third and nobody out, now at second and third and 2 outs after 2 strikeouts, and here's JT Maloney. Hit a ground ball to shortstop his first time up, fielder's choice. Right-handed third baseman out of Sac City College. Now the Potters' last chance here in the 4th. That's high and outside. Just a little bit loose on the location here in this 4th inning. He's up to 53 pitches. Still, though, 6 strikeouts through 3 2/3. He's been very effective. Maloney swings and misses. Good cut at a high fastball. Even to count 1 ball and 1 strike. JT out of Sac City College up against Souza out of Colfax High. Here in the bottom of the 4th. That one sails high. There's Isola with a fine save as he had to get up on that one. A little basketball move to keep that one from going back to the screen. And that was so high, it wouldn't have hit the backstop, but would have hit the netting and would not have bounced back to Avery. So good play by Isola behind the dish. Keeps it a scoreless game for the moment anyway. 2-1 on JT. Watches that one high and outside. Off the plate, 3-1. Landon Weiss, the catcher, the number 9 hitter on deck. Runner coming down from third, that's Trey Furry. Here's the pitch. Popped up right side. See if it stays in play. LaPlaca coming over, reaches up, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Potters get 2 on, can't bring him around. We go to the top of the 5th. Potters nothing, Yankees nothing.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori, with Frey & Associates Real Estate, has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful, wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
And now we have the Lincoln High School marching band on the field. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. I think there's a zebra playing trombone, which you don't see in every band, but I guess you see in the Fighting Zebra marching band as we go ready for the top of the 5th inning. Potters with Peyton Stumbo on the mound. He's gone 4 innings. He's allowed just 1 hit and struck out 2. And Noah Souza has allowed 2 hits for the Yankees through 4 innings, and he has struck out 6. So both pitchers very effective in this one. And the marching band following the cheerleaders, or the cheer team, out here to entertain the fans. And the fans on third base need to get a little bit of this entertainment too. I mean, they are the visiting fans technically, but we've got to get them out there. Another helmet with ice cream in it. They know I'm liking that. Brian Garrett is the new pitcher out of Sac City College. Good 4 innings by Peyton Stumbo. Just a single hit, as we said, and the 2 strikeouts. He did not walk a batter, so Great 4 innings from Peyton Stumbo, and now Brian Garrett's going to take it over. Right-hander out of Sac City College. He's made a couple of appearances so far in this summer for the Potters, and he's going to make another one here today. Cowan Meyer, Mike LaPlaca, and Dylan Stallions will be the first 3 hitters off Brian Garrett here when we get started. The band, tremendous job. They are filing off as we speak. Even the guy dressed as the zebra, which is a gutsy move, I think, But you pull it off. And he did, because you're a trombone player. You can do anything. And you can do whatever you want. Potters and Yankees, second game in 3 days. Yankees won 7-6 on Tuesday. Potters open up a series against the Menlo Park Legends, 6:35 tomorrow night. And it is, as we told you a little while ago, 90s night, which could mean a lot of different things. Hopefully it means we'll have some people that are in their 90s coming out here. That would be nice. I almost qualify for that. Not quite, though. All right, here is Cowan Meyer, who singled his first time up, the only hit for the Yankees so far. Garrett's first pitch is in there for a strike on 1. Cowan was 1 for 3 on Tuesday, a 2-run single, and scored a run. Playing at third base for the Yankees tonight. That pitch is outside and low. 1-1 from Brian Garrett on Cowan Meyer. Outfield pretty deep and straight away. High and inside moves him off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's a swing, called strike 2 on Meyer. And that thought about going down the VIP section, that's really got me going. Really got the juices flowing. Just kicking back in the kiln. Fastball's down low. Fills the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Landon Meyer. Cowan Meyer, Landon Meyer. I just made that guy up. And a bad name. That's inside, and Cowan Meyer gets the base on ball, so he's on base for the second time tonight. First time he got thrown out trying to steal by Landon Weiss. But he goes down to first base, and here's Mike LaPlaca, who popped out to shortstop his first time up. Right-hand hitting first baseman. We are in the top of the 5th. No score in this one. In front of a great Thirsty Thursday crowd out here, and also Lincoln Zebras Founders Night. And the band, the cheer team, they've all been out here. And, of course, Zeus, the mascot, outside again, 1-0 on Mike LaPlaca. He's followed by Dylan Stallions, the shortstop. LaPlaca hitting in the number 5 spot in the order. Decent lead by Meyer at first base. 1-0 pitch is fouled back to the screen by LaPlaca. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Potters open league play, CCL league play next week. It's a Tuesday in Sonoma, then Wednesday here on the 7th. We are home to Sonoma. The Stompers come to town. Throw over to first base. I think they opened their season yesterday, so they're getting rolling. So the Legends on Sunday, then the Stompers, then home Stompers, then go to Stompers again. Then the West Coast Kings come in. They beat us in the West Coast World Series 2 years ago. I still bear a grudge against them. That's chopped down the third baseline foul. Nice try over there by the manager there, Landreth, and he did not make the play. That will go on his permanent record, although he could say it's preseason, so it doesn't. That's okay. So a couple of games with the Stompers to kick off league play next week, both home and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Mike LaPlaca. Meyer over at first base, Garrett waiting, delivers. Breaking ball is fouled back to the screen. Final score from Denver, if you don't want to know, cover your ears. Nuggets 104, Heat 93. So Denver takes game 1 of that best of 7 series. Went out to a big lead after 3 quarters. won it by 10 or 11 as the throw goes over to first base. You know, if you're on Stones Radio Networks, listen to the Old Fashioned 3 podcast. Jerry Reynolds, Whitey Gleason, and I talking basketball. We actually had an episode today, I think. Released that one and talked about, guess what, the game tonight. And we'll be back in the ensuing weeks. On Monday, I believe, was the next one. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball by Garrett. Froze LaPlaca inside, and he is the first out of the inning. Still over at first base is Meyer, and now Dylan Stallions, who grounded to second his first time up. It's the finest podcast on the YouTubes or any other way that you disperse them. It's the finest one. Jerry Reynolds is amazing. He's kind of the centerpiece of the whole thing. Garrett to the plate, fouled off by Dylan Stallions, but you can find that on Stones Radio Network's YouTube. Find a bunch of other shows, Stones and Toys Show, hopefully soon the Fantasy Football Show, and someday, maybe someday, Stones and I will do a show. Maybe we'll call it the POS Show. Maybe we'll call it something else. 0-1 coming up. Meyer looks like he wants to go. He doesn't go, and that's a check swing and a foul. 0-2 now on Dylan Stallions. It's either going to be a show about sports or it's going to be we're going to psychoanalyze Stones, put him on the couch, and just talk to him have a 45-minute session every week because he's got a lot of stuff he has to get out, folks. A lot of stuff. 0-2 coming up to Stallions. Throw back over to first base. A little bit too late. Meyer is back. One out here in the fifth. Meyer got the base on balls to open the inning. Then a strikeout of LaPlaca. Now 0-2 and Stallions throw over to first base. Might have got him a little frozen over there, but throw a little bit too high, and Meyer is back in. Garrett on in relief of Peyton Stumbo. Looks at Meyer. 0-2 coming up to Stallions. There goes the runner. The pitch is inside. Gets away, so Meyer will slide in without a throw being made. He gets credit for a stolen base as it was a tailing fastball from Brian Garrett. Went off the glove of Weiss, but there didn't look like there was any way Landon was going to be able to throw out Meyer anyway. He got a really good jump, and the pitch took Landon behind the batter. So 1-2 now, but Meyer in scoring position, getting a healthy lead out there at second base. Sanchez moving in a little bit to kind of keep him close. 1-2 breaking ball in there, call strike 3. And Stallions is out on strikes. Perfect pitch by Garrett. Second strikeout for Brian. And here's Christian Smith, who flied out to right field his first time up. 1 for 2 in the game on Tuesday for Christian Smith, so 1 for 3 for the 2-game set so far. Big right-handed hitting left fielder is in here now with the runner still at second base, but now 2 outs in the top of the fifth. Reminder, Peyton Stumbo went 4 innings, just 1 hit and struck out 2, and he was very good in his stint out there. 5 innings without a run allowed so far for Peyton. Look out, that one sails in and hits Christian Smith, and nothing he's going to do about that one. Even when I yelled look out, he couldn't really do anything. I mean, I could see the angle going in there, and I yelled as fast as I could, but there's no way he could have got out of there. 2 on, and here comes Joseph Portwood, who popped out to third his first time up and is also today's Dueling Dog batter. Half off Dueling Dog products at Brick and Barrel's backyard if he strikes out. Got to 2 strikes last time too, but was not able to seal the deal. But he's up here now with more important things at stake, runners at first and second and 2 outs. He lines that one into right field. That's down for a base hit. Picked up by Aiden Isola. He's going to throw it in, and it goes to second base as the run scores. It's an RBI single for Portwood. Yankees lead it 1-0. So Meyer scores the first run of the game. Just the second hit and first hit of the inning for the Yankees. With 2 outs, Isola playing the percentages. He's playing deep right field, so he just got it into second base to make sure that Smith was not able to go around to third, so he has to stop at second. And here's Avery Isola, who struck out his first time up. 1 for 5 in the 2-game set. As first blood goes to the Yankees, they lead 1-0. Runners at second and first lead. That's Smith and Portwood. Fastball is swung on and missed by Isola. 0-1. Top of the order, that means J.D. Madrigal to follow here in the Yankees' fifth, which is a walk, a hit batter, and a single. And that's the rally you need to take the lead in this one. That's high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Avery Isola. Avery at the plate, Aiden out in right field. It's the Civil War. First battle won by Avery on Tuesday. Aiden trying to even the scales here. 1-1 pitch. Big chopper down toward first base. Waiting for it, the first baseman Sotomayor, he goes and steps on first for the out. So 1 run on 1 hit and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Now it's the Yankees 1, the Potters nothing. Potters dance team out there, the Zebras dance team out there as the Potters prepare to come up for the bottom of the fifth. Gives us time to catch up on the contractually obligated Stones-McCoy mid-game report. So Stones, obviously a pitcher's duel in this one.
Absolutely, a pitcher duel on both sides and very effective pitching on both sides, Neither one of the starter pitchers have gone over 60. Now, I know we just had a pitching change for the Potters, but neither one of the guys had thrown over 60 through that first 4+. So it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you're an old pitching guy. So what's Noah Souza doing for the Yankees that's making him so effective?
Well, what he's doing is he's staying right around the zone. Nothing is going too far out of the zone, so it's allowing the umpire to really see his pitches closer to the zone and give him the benefit of the doubt actually hitting those corners, the up and downs, giving him because he's staying really, really close to the zone.
Okay, last thing, let me ask you. You're Cesar Tamayo out there. You're the hitting coach. What are you telling your guys going up here?
Well, I'm telling them I want to be sitting on something in the middle and just sit in the middle, and you can do that on a fastball or a changeup, but you want to sit something in the middle, and when you get it, rip it. Don't shy away from it.
Well, how important is it? I mean, we're looking right now at 13 innings now, Potter baseball against the Yankees. Just 5 hits, make that 6 hits over the last 13 innings. So, I mean, if you're the Potters, you just want to break out. You want to get something and break out on something. How do you do that? How important is that to you guys?
Well, it's extremely important. And one of the ways you can do that, especially if you've got speed coming up here in the beginning of the inning, and you'll be able to tell us that we have some speed coming up with Landon Weiss coming in. There's small ball always works to get you out of these ruts, and you can always do that. Now, I'm not exactly certain that JP is a small ball kind of player, but, when you're struggling for hits against a team that's got good pitching like this, small ball is the way to go.
Good idea of Stones-McCoy. Thank you. That's the Stones-McCoy Midday Report brought to you by Stones Radio Networks, of which Stones-McCoy is the president, so you connect the dots, but good stuff, Stones. And you're right, Landon Weiss will start us off here in the fifth. Aiden Isola and Zach Chamiso will follow him against Noah Souza, who's out here for his 5th inning of work. Four innings and 2 hits so far. That one's in the dirt. 6 strikeouts for Noah. Struck out Landon Weiss back in the 3rd inning. That's high for a ball, 2-0. He is not as effective as location-wise as he was the first 3 innings. The 4th inning a little bit, maybe a little bit tired. Don't know the last time Noah pitched. 2-0 pitch is in there for a call strike, 2-1. That's what we talk about all these summer league pitchers, especially the first couple times they come out. You don't know the last time they've thrown the ball in competition, so it takes a minute to get things together. That's high for a ball, 3-1. He's walked 2 and he's hit 1, allowed 2 hits, so 5 base runners so far for the Potters. Had runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. That one is ball 4. That was back in the 4th inning. So Weiss with the walk, and that'll bring up Aiden Isola, who was flied to center and singled to left. He got the first Potters hit back in the 3rd. He looks down at John Peters, JP. We'll see what Stone's small ball idea is. Isola, though, makes pretty solid contact most of the time. Alan Meyer at third is creeping in a little bit, but he's not expecting anything. That one is outside, and that's the pitch that Noah was hitting with regularity through the first 3 innings, that first pitch outside corner to the right-handed batters. 1 ball and no strikes as he's up near 65 pitches now. Isola fouls that one out of play, took a good cut at that one. Zach Chamiso on deck. A run for the Yankees in the 5th. They lead at 1-0. Isola 235 coming in as 1 for 2 in this one, as Weiss leads off at first base. Aiden hits it down the first base line. That's he called a fair ball. Fair ball, tags first, throws to second. Very alert base running by Weiss to get to second. And Isola is retired as he hits it right down the first base line. I thought the ball was in foul territory, and that's why I hesitated. But the umpire was standing right there, and he called it fair. So there you go, Chamiso. So it kind of works like a sacrifice bunt in a way, if you want to look at it that way. Chamiso has been hit by a pitch and pop to the pitcher. So he is 0 for 1 in his debut this year. Hits that one down the third base line out of play. And there is activity in the Yankees bullpen. We're not surprised if this is the last inning. We'll see Noah Souza. Big left-hander, number 25 out of Colfax. Been very impressive so far today. And what I assume is his first appearance of the summer. 0-1 coming to Zach Chamiso. That side gets away, and going over to third is going to be Landon Weiss. So a rare pass ball on Avery Isola. That one got back to the backstop. A little bit low to his left. Didn't fully glove it, and it went underneath the glove back to the backstop, and very alertly Landon Weiss gets to third. So for the second inning in a row, the Potters with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. Chamiso takes ball 2. 2-1. Cade Sanchez to follow. Infield is in for the Yankees. Chamiso takes in the dirt, and Avery Isola blocks that one and keeps Landon Weiss at third base. So Chamiso ahead in the count. Maybe picks out one he likes at 3 balls and 1 strike. He has power. We've seen it many times. Hits that one to left field deep enough to score the run as Smith goes back, reaches up, makes the catch, and there's not even really going to be a throw as Weiss crosses the plate. And this one is tied at 1. So first RBI of the summer for Zach Chamiso, probably will not be the last. And without benefit of a hit, the Potters have a run. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Cade Sanchez. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Houston, Texas for Cade Sanchez, who popped to the catcher in the first inning and hit into a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. Takes that one in there for a strike, 0-1. So 1-1. Both teams go through the first 4 innings scoreless and put 1 up in the 5th.
And a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Moving along to the top of the sixth here, Brian Garrett out for his second inning of work. We're tied at 1. It'll be the top of the order, J.D. Madrigal, then Dylan Drake and Joaquin Murphy for the Sacramento Yankees, who scored 1 in the top of the fifth and saw the Potters come back to tied in the bottom of the inning without benefit of a hit. Drake Richardson is warming up in the pen, we think, for the Yankees, so we expect him to be coming in, or someone to come in, as Sousa has gone through 5 innings with right around 75 pitches. Here's Madrigal, who grounded to second and popped to second, so he is 0 for 2 so far today, both of those against Peyton Stumbo. Garrett's first pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. That one swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike on J.D. Madrigal out of Cal State Stanislaus. Up here against Brian Garrett, coming to us from Sac City College. Fastball, did they get the outside corner? Yes, it did. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dylan Drake to follow, then Joaquin Murphy. So we move into the top of the 6th inning here. Thirsty Thursday, Lincoln Potters Founders Night. 1-2 pitch is fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We've got a lot of zebras. We got a lot of people taking advantage of Thirsty Thursday. So well done, Potter fans. And again, thank you for coming out in such impressive fashion through the first 5 games of this season. Incredible numbers. 1-2 now on Madrigal. Pops that one up again, but that's going to get out of play. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Piper and Zeus, the zebra mascot, somehow got separated. They're not bosom buddies anymore. As the great Willie Preston's out there following Piper around. Probably trying to get an interview. 2-2 is that one sails outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on J.D. Madrigal. Scored a couple of runs in the 7-6 Yankees win on Tuesday. Garrett from the windup. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Going out the second baseman, Cade Sanchez, coming in the right fielder, and he's going to call him off. The right fielder, that is Aiden Isola, who calls off Sanchez and makes the play for the first out. So Madrigal's down for the 3rd time today, and that'll bring up Dylan Drake, who was flied to center, actually lined to center back in the 1st and struck out in the 4th. So he is 0 for 2, was 2 for 3 in last night's game. Playing shortstop last night, playing second base today. Left-handed hitter. Shows bunt. Bunt's at it down the 3rd baseline. That is going to be foul ball as JT Maloney was pretty far back, but he saw the spin on the ball and knew he had no chance, so he lets it go and it rolls foul. So a good idea by Dylan Drake, just couldn't keep the ball fair, and he is behind in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Joaquin Murphy, very neighborly, goes up to pick up the bat for him and give it back to him. That one is outside for a ball. 1-1 on Dylan Drake. That one sails outside as Dylan showed bunt again. Pulled it back as the ball was considerably outside. 2-1. That one inside. This misses. 3 balls and 1 strike on Dylan Drake. That one's ball 4. So Drake gets the base on balls. Second one given up by Brian Garrett. And I would think he would be a threat to steal over there at first base as Joaquin Murphy comes to the plate. Fly to left, grounded to short in 2 appearances against Peyton Stumbo for the big left-handed hitting DH. 3 for 3 in Tuesday's game. And he settles in against Brian Garrett with Drake down on first base. getting into a pretty decent lead over there. Look out, that's behind him. And going to second base is Drake. The pitch was behind Murphy. Weiss got a glove on it. It rolled out of his glove, and going down to second base is Drake. So it's a wild pitch. And Drake is now in scoring position. Murphy with a 1-ball, no strike count. Open stance from the left side for Joaquin Murphy. Sails high. 2-0. Cowan Meyer on deck, and Landon Weiss asked for a second. He's going to go out and talk to Brian Garrett. Brian came on in the 5th inning to relieve Peyton Stumbo, who went the first 4, gave up just a single hit and struck out 2. Garrett's given up only 1 hit, but he's walked 2 and hit 1. And Landon Weiss goes out and gives him a little friendly pat, little words of encouragement. Comes back behind the dish. 2 balls and no strikes on Joaquin Murphy. Drake leading off at second, shadowed by Chimiso. Popped up left side. Chimiso going out into short left field. Now here comes Romano in, and Romano makes the running catch. Nice play by Ben Romano to come in and catch that one. A little off to the side as he was on the run, and Murphy is retired. So with 2 outs now, but Drake still at second base, it's Cowan Meyer, who was 1 for 3 on Tuesday with 2 runs batted in, and he's 1 for 1 today, and he's walked and scored a run. So he has been a thorn in the side of the Potters through this week, and he's up here now with a chance to do some damage again as Drake is out at second base. Meyer, right-handed hitter, playing at third base for Sacramento tonight. Fastball inside. 1 ball, no strikes on Cowan Meyer. Sanchez moving in from second to try to keep the runner a little bit close. That's a fastball again, and it's down low. So it's 2-0 now on Meyer. Mike LaPlaca on deck, the first baseman. Little cowbell action coming out from the fans here. Should be able to get a lot of cowbells going on a crowd this size. But it is Thirsty Thursday, and they do have other priorities. There goes the runner. The 2-0 pitch is outside. And going in standing up is Dylan Drake. 3-0 now on Cowan Meyer. Number 17 in the white jerseys. Little blue lettering for the Yankees. White pants. Potters in their blue and orange. Predominantly blue. Here comes Drake down the line to third. 3-0 pitch is inside and high, ball 4. So second walk of the inning puts runners at first and third, and that brings up Mike LaPlaca, who was popped to short and struck out. So he is 0 for 2 in this one, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound by the Potters, so we're going to step away for just a second here as we are in the top of the 6th. 2 outs, 2 on, and a 1-1 tie.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks.
Back to the action here as LaPlaca steps up to the plate against Brian Garrett as the conversations are over. First pitch, breaking ball is outside, 1-0. So Meyer is at first, Drake is over at third. 2 outs here in the 6th. Fastball just a little bit inside. 2-0. Dylan Stallions on deck, the shortstop. Meyer leads over at first base. Stole the bases last time, and he's going now, and that one is too high. The fake throw by Landon Weiss, and he's going to hold on to it. So Meyer is now down at second base with his second stolen base of the night. And a 3-0 count on Mike LaPlaca. That's in there for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Drake at third, Meyer at second. That's chopped foul down the third base line, so it goes to 3-2. Brian Garrett coming back from 3-0, now makes it 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 6th. That's popped out down the right field line. That is also out of play. We're worried Piper is down in the Brick and Barrel backyard again, right where that ball was coming down. Not really very aware of his surroundings when he's chatting with the fans, though. I mean, that's what makes him so good, but it's also dangerous down there. Coming up with that 3-2 pitch from Brian Garrett. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And that will load the bases. And Dylan Stallions comes to the plate. He is grounded out and struck out, so Dylan is 0 for 2. As LaPlaca, Meyer, and Drake now on the bases for the Yankees without benefit of a hit. First pitch swung on and missed. Weiss has to squeeze it as Drake is going to go on anything. A very aggressive runner down at third base. That's lined into short right field. Isola coming on, has got a beat on it, makes the catch in right center field for the 3rd out. So close one for the Potters, nothing going for the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees 1, Potters 1.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
And we are in the bottom of the 6th. Looks like Drake Richardson is going to come out and be the new pitcher for the Sacramento Yankees, relieving Noah Souza, who went 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, walked 4, struck out 6, and gave up just the single run. So very impressive for the left-hander. And he gives way to Drake Richardson. He's out of Yuba College. And he will face 4, 5, and 6 for the Potters. Trey Furry, Levi Sotomayor, and Ben Romano. As the Yankees leave the bases loaded in the top of the 6th. And Stallions retired on a line drive to right fielder Aiden Isola. So Richardson done with his warm-up tosses. And now we are ready to go here as Trey Furry comes to the plate. Struck out in the 1st and walked in the 4th. Made it all the way to 3rd but was unable to score. So he's going to try it again here, this time against Drake Richardson. Trey DHing tonight. 3 hits so far this summer for the Potters as he makes his triumphant return for, I believe, his 3rd summer. Richardson from the stretch. The fastball is in there for a strike. 0-1 on Trey Furry. Sotomayor and Romano to follow. That's hit down the third baseline, but foul. And right to the guy protecting the warm-up pitcher. That's well done. And a broken bat. This is a wood bat league, ladies and gentlemen. And never is it driven home more forcefully than when somebody breaks one and has to stride over all the way to the dugout to get one. And, you know, you're looking through. It's early in the year, so you don't really know where your bats are. You got to look through. We got activity in both bullpens right now. As Trey Furry goes in, and he finds something. He said, "This'll do for now." Comes back, and it's 0-2. You can see in the background of the picture there, the Potters warming up. See Caesar, the first base coach. And we are ready to go at 0-2 on Trey Furry. A little squibber out towards second base, handled by Dylan Drake for the out. So Furry is out, 1 out here in the 6th, and that will bring up Levi Sotomayor, who struck out in the 2nd and then singled in the 4th, 1 of 2 hits for the Potters today. Levi out of Sac City College, hitting .421 coming in today. Takes that one down low, so he's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Cowan Meyer playing a little up on that first pitch at third, in case he drops one down, but moves back after it's 1 ball and no strikes. Levi lines that one foul off the screen to our left, evens the count up at 1. Ben Romano to follow. Potters just 2 hits over the last 14 and a third innings. Make that 6 hits, 4 hits on the game on Tuesday and 2 hits so far today. Takes that fastball outside. (3-1) to Levi Sotomayor. Fouls that one back to the screen. Now it's a full count on Levi. Attendance tonight just a smidge under 1,200. Incredible job by Potter fans coming out for. You tell Potter fans it's a Thirsty Thursday. They're going to come out. But they still, great work by the Potters. Lifted high down the left field line. Going after it is Christian Smith into foul territory. Reaches up, and he makes the catch for the second out. Went right behind the pillar over there, but it looked like he made it, and the umpire makes the move. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up Ben Romano. Looks like Zach Olivaria Warming up for the Yankees down in their pen, number 32. Two outs here in the sixth. Here's Ben. He struck out twice today. Takes the breaking ball in there for a strike on one. Out of Mendham, New Jersey. And Tulane University. Takes a check on that one. It's down in the dirt, so it evens the count at 1-1. Abrasola runs it down. That one is outside. Nice frame job attempt by Isola, but it's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ben Romano. Jared Curtis to follow Ben here in the sixth. That's in the dirt. So 3-1 on Ben Romano. Right-handed hitting left fielder for the Potters tonight. Made a couple of fine running catches already out there in left field. 3-1 from the stretch, Drake Richardson. Chopped out towards second base, and Dylan Drake takes it on the big hop over to first and gets him by a couple of steps. So easy inning for Richardson here in the sixth. We go to the seventh. We're all tied at 1.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
New pitcher for the Potters, Drake Bickle. He will be relieving Brian Garrett. Peyton Stumbo won the first 4 innings. Then Garrett went 2, 1 hit, 1 run, 5 walks, and he struck out 2. And now Drake Bickle, who is not on my roster, so I'm still trying to find out some more information about the newest Potter as the right-hander is getting done with his warm-up tosses. And the ball goes down to second base, and we're ready to go here in the top of the 7th. We'll go with Christian Smith, Joseph Portwood, and Avery Isola, 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Sacramento Yankees. Bicknell, not Bickle, Bicknell. Drake Bicknell. So we got that, which is nice. We figured that out. His first pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. So Drake Bicknell, the third pitcher. Stumbo, Garrett, and now Bicknell. And Christian Smith will be the first batter. 1 ball and no strikes. That one's right down the middle, but it's fouled down the right field line. Levi Sotomayor taking a look at it, but it's not in play. Down where the parking lot Potters usually hang out. Don delivered some delicious pretzels up here today. 1-1. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for the weekend. Outside for a ball as the Potters take on the Menlo Park Legends. 6:35 tomorrow. It's 90s night, then 6:35 on Saturday. 1:05 Sunday Military Appreciation Day. 2-1. Here's Bicknell. Fouled out of play again by Christian Smith, who has flied to right and been hit by a pitch so far. out of El Dorado Hills High School, or El Dorado Hills hometown, but Jesuit High School, and his fastball gets Christian Smith swinging. And he's got a strikeout in his debut as a Lincoln Potter, so welcome Drake. 1 out, and Joseph Portwood coming to the plate. He has popped to third and had an RBI single. He is the Dueling Dogs batter, but so far he has disappointed the Potter faithful, who are already in a Thirsty Thursday mood. If he strikes out, 50% off of Dueling Dogs, but he chops that out to the right of second base into center field for a base hit. So Portwood taking advantage of his status as the Dueling Dogs hitter. His second hit of the game, third hit for the Yankees, and that'll bring up Avery Isola, who was struck out and grounded to first base. Actually, I think we have a pinch hitter. And we are consulting all of our devices to get the new batter. Derek Dunn is number 10. So Dunn comes up to bat for Avery Isola. Right-handed hitter against Drake Bicknell with Portwood down at first base. We're in the 7th inning, a 1-1 tie. First pitch is down low for a ball. So Drake Bicknell out of El Dorado Hills and Jesuit High School, making his Potter debut. He's got Portwood over at first base. Look out inside for a ball. 2-0 on the pinch hitter. Derek Dunn. Top of the order, J.D. Madrigal to follow. Just under 1,200. Here's Bicknell's 2-0. It's in there for a strike. A little bluff at first by Portwood on that one. He stays put, and it's a strike on Dunn. 2-1. Go over to first base. He almost had him that time, but back is Portwood. Bicknell, very quick move for a right-hander, and Portwood a little bit frozen over there, but he managed to get back in under the tag. 2-1 on the batter, Dunn. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on a miss. The throw by Weiss to second base is in plenty of time, and he got him. Landon Weiss, proving to be a very valuable weapon for the Potters defense, throws out another runner, his second today, and there's 2 outs. Just got the ball down there in a hurry and right on target as the tag is applied at second base for 2 outs now and a 2-2 count on the pinch hitter Dunn. That's Sales high, 3-2. Madrigal to follow, but now 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Potter fans eager for that third out so they can do a little stretching here. That's fouled out of play by Derek Dunn. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Grassy Knoll still well populated out there. Very popular spot down in left field. Down in right field, of course, you got the Kiln, the VIP section. So both foul lines well represented here. 3-2, call, strike 3, inside corner. Dunn is out. So a good inning for Bicknell, aided by Landon Weiss's arm. We go to the bottom of the 7th. We're tied at 1.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, A husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
And we did a little stretching in the 7th inning. Now we're ready to go, Stones McCoy and myself, as we finalize plans to broadcast from the Kiln, but that's for a future day. Jarrett Curtis, JT Maloney, Landon Weiss, 7, 8, and 9 against the second pitcher for the Yankees today, Drake Richardson, who got the Potters 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Noah Souza started and went the first 5. Jarrett shows bunt, pulls it back, and it is 1 ball and no strikes. He has walked and struck out so far, Jarrett Curtis, looking for his first hit as a Potter. Swings and misses it. A good-looking fastball right there. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. J.T. Maloney to follow, then Landon Weiss. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the 7th. From the stretch, Richardson delivers. That is inside for a ball, 2-1. 90s night tomorrow. The mind boggles at the thought of what Willie Preston, the 90s soundtrack he's going to throw out there. He's a master. Professor Rockola, some say. 2-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen. Curtis getting a couple of good cuts up there. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also a fanny pack giveaway, courtesy of Marquez General Engineering. So we thank them and we say, nice fanny pack, always looks good. 2-2 pitches chopped over the mound. That's going to get into center field for a base hit. So Curtis with his first hit as a Potter, a very timely one here in the 7th inning. He's on with nobody out, and that brings up J.T. Maloney. Just the 3rd hit for the Potters in this one. Bounced right back up the middle, and here's J.T., who was hit into a fielder's choice and popped to first. So he is 0 for 2 in this one. 235 coming in for the shortstop and third baseman out of Sac City College, playing third base tonight, as Zach Chamiso is taking over at shortstop. Curtis bluffs, doesn't go, and the pitch is right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Going over to first, and Curtis is picked off. Running him down is Mike LaPlaca. He's going to tag, and he's picked off. No, he did not get him, so he's still alive. The rundown's still alive. Curtis is finally tagged out by Dylan Stallions. So he is picked off, goes as a caught stealing. And with 1 out, Maloney's still at the plate with an 0-1 count. So he bluffed on the first one, didn't go on the second one, then he was obviously going there. And Richardson figured it out and picked him off. Here's the 0-1 to Maloney. Check swing, it's in there for a strike, 0-2. Landon Weiss to follow here in the 7th. Potters with 3 hits in this one, and the Yankees also with 3 hits. Drake Richardson, the second pitcher for Sacramento. Noah Souza went the first 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 6. Maloney takes that one outside in the dirt. 1-2 on J.T. Maloney. Potters 1-3 on the season. It'd be nice to grab a W here before going into the weekend series against the Menlo Park Legends. And then, as we mentioned, next week starts CCL play with a couple of matchups against the Sonoma Stompers. That's outside for a ball. 2-2 on JT. Potters will be getting some extra players coming in after their college seasons have finished, but Tulane University, which we got a couple of guys from there, they're still in the NCAA tournament. That's hit right back off the pitcher's glove over to second base, picked up by Dylan Drake. Throws it to first and gets him by a step. So a good play by Drake to get the ball off the glove of Richardson. Goes 1, 4, and 3, and 2 outs, and here's Landon Weiss. Landon has struck out and walked in this one, so he's 0 for 1. Hitting .364, coming in with 4 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander, Drake Richardson out of Yuba College. Landon Weiss from William Jessup. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. 0-1. That misses low. Evens the count at 1. Hit foul down the left field line, way out of play, as that was an inside fastball that Landon turned on, but there was no way he's keeping that one fair. 1-2. That one breaking ball just misses. 2-2. You see the logos of some of the sponsors for the Lincoln Potters coming up on your screen as you watch on YouTube. We support all those who support the Potters, and we thank them for their contributions. Here's the 2-2. Foul back to the screen. Reminder, you can go to Stones Radio Network's YouTube and just subscribe, and you'll be there every time there's a Potters game. You'll be right there. Also on Lincoln Potters YouTube and on Facebook as well. Bunch of ways to follow the Potters. That's in the dirt outside, 3-2. Must be Derek Dunn, behind the plate as he hit for Isola. Going out to talk with Drake Richardson. It's his first inning of work behind the plate as Avery went the first 6 defensively. Full count on Landon Weiss with Aiden Isola on deck. Popped up. I think that's going to get out of play behind us, though, so it'll be another chance for Landon Weiss at 3 balls and 2 strikes. From the stretch, Richardson. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. We'll go to the 8th. Potters 1, Yankees 1.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at R.C. Willey.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PFAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the 8th, the Stones and I were caught napping there as we're chatting about baseball because that's what we do. And he is impressed by the pitching staff of the Sacramento Yankees as we are through 7 innings. J.D. Madrigal, Dylan Drake, and Joaquin Murphy, the first 3 against Drake Bicknell, who came in the 7th inning, struck out 2, gave up 1 hit, but he was cut down trying to steal by Landon Wise. And we are ready to go here in the 8th. Bicknell out of El Dorado Hills and Jesuit High School will face J.D. Madrigal, who was 0 for 3 in this one, out of Cal State Stanislaus. Right-handed hitting right fielder. 0 for 1 yesterday, Tuesday scored a couple of runs in that one. And Bicknell from the windup starts off the top of the 8th. Fastball misses outside. 1-0. That's fouled out of play. Potter's pitching only 3 hits allowed today. They have struck out 6 and walked 5. Peyton Stumbo went the first 4 innings, then Brian Garrett, and now Drake Bicknell. That's popped up, but that's also out of play. Little activity in the Yankees bullpen, a little milling around over there. Richardson has worked the last 2 innings in relief of Noah Souza. 1-2 pitch by Bicknell's high for a ball. Evens it up at 2-2 on J.D. Madrigal. Dylan Drake to follow. Breaking ball stays high. That's 3-2. Good idea by Bicknell. Just couldn't get it exactly where he wanted it. And now we're full on the leadoff hitter in the top of the 8th. 3-2 pitch is high, ball 4. So Madrigal gets the base on balls. He's down at first base, and now Dylan Drake, the second baseman, comes up. He has flied to center and struck out and walked. And he is a threat to lay one down, and coming in at third is J.T. Maloney. In case he does that, as Madrigal leads off at first. Drake 2 for 3 in Tuesday's contest. Madrigal getting a good lead over at first base. And Drake does bunt it down the third base line. Coming in is Maloney. Bare hands it to first. And pulls the first baseman off, goes all the way into right field. Madrigal's going to come around. He's going to score. The throw to home is going to be cut off, and moving into third is Dylan Drake. And the Yankees lead this one 2-1. So Drake will get credit for a sacrifice. He ends up at third on the air on the third baseman. First error for the Potters today. And now Drake is down to third with still nobody out, and Joaquin Murphy coming to the plate. So perfectly executed bunt by Dylan Drake. I mean, Maloney was up at third, and still Dylan put it perfectly down that third base line between third base and the pitcher's mound. And here, actually it's Richardson batting for Murphy. So Drake Richardson at the plate now. He lines that one into left center. It's slicing to left, but it's going to get past and all the way to the fence. Run scores, and Richardson will motor into second base with an RBI double. And quickly now, it's the Yankees 3 and the Potters 1. So Richardson with the RBI. Just the 4th hit of the game for the Yankees, but second run of the inning. And now out at second base, and Cowan Meyer comes to the plate as Richardson out at second, and still nobody out here in the 8th. A slicing line drive that was hit further than I initially thought. I thought it might go back to Ben Romano in left field, but it was past him. And Richardson easily motoring into second base. And here's Bicknell from the stretch. Fastball is just a little outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Meyer, who has singled, walked, and then walked again. So he's been on base all 3 times. He's scored a run. Out swung on and missed. Nice looking fastball by Bicknell. 1 ball and 1 strike on Cowan Meyer out of Placer High up in Auburn. Richardson leads out at second base. Breaking ball's popped up, but it's out of play. Goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cowan Meyer. One, 2 coming up from Drake Bicknell. Swing and a miss at a high fastball held on by Landon Weiss. So Meyer is down on strikes. First out of the innings. 3rd strikeout for Drake Bicknell, and that'll bring up Mike LaPlaca. Popped to short, struck out, and walked for the first baseman, so he is 0 for 2 in this one. 0 for 5 for the 2-game set. Has scored a run. Richardson still out at second base. That's high. 1-0 on LaPlaca. Dylan Stallions, the shortstop, to follow. LaPlaca hitting the number 5 spot for Sacramento. They are threatening to take both of these 2 games in the 2-game series. First one on Tuesday, they won 7-6, and they lead 3-1 now in this one. Take something off. That one gets the call a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cowbells out there doing their best. Potter fans never say die. Took something off that one, put it in there again. 1 and 2 now on Mike LaPlaca. 2 runs on a hit. 1 Potter's error in this inning. 1-2, there goes the runner. It's high and outside. Weiss isn't even going to throw. As going in head first to third is Drake Richardson. And he is now 90 feet away with the 3rd run of the inning for the Yankees. 2-2 on Mike LaPlaca. Tried to take something off at pitch, but it missed. 3-2 now for Drake Bicknell. Sotomayor in at first. The whole infield in, actually, for the Potters, as they cannot afford to let any more go through in this top of the 8th inning. 2 runs already in for the Yankees. Fouled out of play on the fastball from Bicknell. So LaPlaca stays alive at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away and medium deep. Three-two pitches outside. Nice block by Weiss. That is ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Now it's 1st and 3rd, and Dylan Stallions coming to the plate. Stallions is grounded to second, struck out, and fly to right. So he is 0 for 3 in this one, and we're going to have looks like a pinch runner for Mike LaPlaca. That might be Easter, I think. So he will take. James Easter will be taking over for LaPlaca. There he goes. Weiss is going to pop and fake the throw. And Easter slides into second base with the stolen base. Staying over at third is Drake Richardson. When your pen breaks in the middle of the 8th inning, it's not a good sign, and it just exploded. Swing and a miss by Stallions. I was trying to write down James Easter, and all of a sudden, explosion happens, and there's things all over the place. So unless you know how to put pens back together, I don't need you. So Easter out of Sterling University. He is now at second base. Drake Richardson is over at third out of Yuba College, and Dylan Stallions at the plate out of Colfax High School. Takes that one. It's in there. Call strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Dylan Stallions. Christian Smith on deck, the right fielder. Easter at second, Richardson at third. 2 runs already in for the Yankees here in the 8th. That ball misses outside. 2-2. Infield still in for the Potters. 2-2 pitch coming up from Bicknell. That misses outside, gets away from Weiss. Here comes the runner in from third. Weiss shovels it to the pitcher, but sliding underneath the tag is Richardson for the 3rd run of the inning. Moving to third is Easter as Richardson scores on the wild pitch. 3rd run of the inning for the Yankees. They now lead 4-1. And Stallions with a full count and Easter down at third base. That's fouled out of play by Stallions. Fastball. So we do it again on a full count. Three runs on 1 hit so far for the Yankees here in the 8th inning. Three-one pitch or 3-2 pitch is fouled off again by Stallions. Call strike 3 outside corner. Stallions is down on strikes for the 2nd time today. Both times called. 2 outs in the 8th inning, and this is Christian Smith. The left fielder. Flied to right, hit by a pitch, struck out. So 0 for 2 for Christian Smith. Easter still down at third base. 3 runs in for the Yankees. That's the 4th strikeout for Drake Bicknell. That's hit sharply out towards shortstop, handled by Chamiso across the diamond to first for the out. 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Yankees lead this one 4-1.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Bottom of the 8th, Potters trailing in this one now 4-1. We have a new pitcher. I asked Stones, I said, Stones, who's the pitcher? I guess we do. It's Zach Olivaria coming on in relief of Drake Richardson. Richardson went 2 innings, gave up just 1 hit, struck out 1. And Zach Olivaria is going to come in to face the Potters' top of the order. That's Aiden Isola, Zach Chamiso, and Cade Sanchez. As the Yankees put together a couple of walks, a sacrifice bunt, a Potters error, and a double, and they scored 3 times in the 8th to take the 4-1 lead. And they'll come out with the top of the order, will the Potters? As one more warm-up toss for Olivaria. And it gets down to second base eventually, and we're ready to go here in the 8th inning. So Zach Olivaria, the third pitcher. Noah Souza started, went 5 innings, gave up 2 hits and a single run, struck out 6, walked 4. Then Drake Richardson, 2 innings, a hit, struck out 1. And now Zach Olivaria against Aiden Isola, who is flied to center, singled, and grounded out to first. So he is 1 for 3 in this one. 2:35 coming in tonight for Aiden. Fastball inside corner, got the strike call. 0-1. That's it sharply out toward shortstop, scooped up out there by Stallions across the diamond, and he gets him in first by a couple of steps. So a ground out is the first out here in the bottom of the 8th for the Potters, and Zach Chamiso comes up. He has been hit by a pitch, popped out to the pitcher, and then hit a sacrifice fly for the Potters' only run back in the 5th inning. Landon Weiss coming in to score after an opening walk, and then he moved to second on the ground out, moved to third on a pass ball. Chamiso swings and misses at an off-speed pitch from Olivaria. 0-1 on Zach. It's like some left-handed action for the Potters out in their bullpen, the deep, dark recesses of their bullpen, as Chamiso waits for the 0-1. Outside. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. From the windup, Olivaria delivering the 1-1. Grounded, big hop down to the first baseman, off his glove, picked up, and no play at first base, and he is safe at first. That's going to be an error on the first baseman, I think. I got to go to my scorekeeper guy. He gives me the look, and we're going to have to charge an error to the first baseman. Now, that was LaPlaca was the first baseman. I think that might be Drake Richardson in there now at first base. So first error of the game for the Yankees gives Chamiso first base, and here is Cade Sanchez. That is a balk called by the base umpire as Olivaria did not pause. I was going to say long enough. I'm going to say not at all. He just went through it and said, hey, I'm going for it. And going down to second is Chamiso. So it's no pitch to Cade Sanchez. Look out, that gets away from the catcher. A wild pitch, and Chamiso makes his way over to third. So his journey continues, got on an error, moves on a balk, and then on a wild pitch, he's over to third, and now Sanchez with a 1 ball, no strike count. Trey Furry to follow for the Potters. They trail it 4-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Chamiso at third. Sanchez, big chopper, is going to score the run, pulled down by the third baseman, Meyer. Throws to first. I don't think he got him. Oh, man. Oh, man. And he is called out at first. Now, Chamiso scores. It's an RBI for Sanchez, his 7th. But it looked like from naked eye that he was safe at first base, called out. So 2 away here in the 8th inning. Now 4-2 in favor of the Yankees. Here's Trey Furry. So Furry comes up. He struck out, walked, and popped out. So he's 0 for 2 today, Trey Furry, out of Folsom Lake College. Takes that one down in the dirt for a ball 1-0. Levi Sotomayor on deck as Furry takes inside 2-0. Been a big play had Sanchez been able to beat that one out at first base. Keep the inning going, but he was called out. Furry takes a big cut, misses that one, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Trey takes a breaking ball, wicked breaking ball, but wasn't close to the strike zone, so easy to take. 3-1 now. DHing today, Trey Furry, mostly a third baseman for the Potters. JT Maloney at third today. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball right down the gut. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Trey Furry. 2 outs here, bottom of the 8th. Potters trail by 2. Zach Olivaria, the third pitcher. That one is called strike 3, and we're out of the inning. 1 run for the Potters, no hits. We go to the top of the 9th. It's the Yankees 4 and the Potters 2.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Moving into the top of the 9th, Yankees lead at 4-2. Gabe Maya out of El Dorado Hills, just committed to Loyola Marymount, will be the new pitcher for the Potters. He takes over for Drake Pignella. Went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts for Drake. He was not aided by one Potter error that really was instrumental in that 3-run 8th inning. So here's Joseph Portwood. Now we've got a pinch hitter. It's going to be Paxton Andrade, I believe. So Andrade will bat for Portwood, who was 2 for 3 when he was in there. Andrade swings and misses. Portwood had popped out, RBI single in the 5th and a single again in the 7th. And now Paxton Andrade, who played center field in the game on Tuesday, is up here against Gabe Maya. Swing and miss again, so it's 0-2 on Andrade. Coming from Maya. That's hit sharply down to first base, handled by Sotomayor. He's going to take it himself, steps on the base, and that is it for the pinch hitter. So 1 out. I assume this is Derek Dunn. Might. Now we have another pinch hitter, number 33. So number 33 in the lineup here. He lines one into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Giving chase the Potters, but he rounds first, headed for second. And he's going to motor in easily with a stand-up double. I'm sorry I can't tell you his name. I wish I knew, but none of our rosters have number 33. So it's a double. And scheduled is J.D. Madrigal. We think Lucas Drake is the next hitter. So Lucas Drake is our pinch hitter for Madrigal. So Drake will bat for Madrigal in the leadoff spot. Right-handed hitter against Maya. Breaking ball. Comes all the way inside, too far inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike on Lucas Drake. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, two coming up to Drake. Swinging a foul at the plate, so he stays alive. One, two coming up from Gabe Maya. That's in the dirt. 2-2. Two pitch coming up. Swinging a foul at the plate and gets out of the glove of Weiss. I think it might have hit Landon, so he's going to need a second to catch his breath. So the umpire very thoughtfully strolls out to talk to Gabe Maya. Give Landon a chance to collect himself, and I think it worked out as he seems to be putting himself together slowly but surely. Two balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball swung and held on to that one, so strike 3. And Drake is out for the second out, and that's supposed to be Dylan Drake coming up to the plate. And that's not Dylan Drake. That's the number 4 hitter, Cowan Meyer. I don't know how that happens. Same guy was supposed to be up on Tuesday, Dylan Drake, and they have jumped the shark, so I don't know how that works. In for a strike, so if they don't care about the lineups, I don't care. 0-1. And the runner at second dancing off. So Maya steps off. Gets him to return. And now JP's going to come up and say, hey, just notice that the cleanup batter is batting after the leadoff batter. How is that possible? And this is the second time in 2 games we've had this problem. Last time it was not adjudicated correctly, in my opinion. But it has to be purposeful because if you're the number 4 hitter, you know you don't bat after the number 1 hitter. So there's got to be some ulterior motive, some silver lining here that I am not aware of. But JP is going to, I think, would have to call him on it because they are playing under the rules of American baseball, which means if you have a lineup, you have to follow it. And so the home plate umpire is going to call the manager of the Sacramento Yankees, who is now a close personal friend of Stones McCoy, I understand. So that's nice because Stones has made friends of both the opposing managers. Ryan Cooney, I think, from Novato, and I think this is Jay Landreth from Sacramento Yankees, and they're all best friends of Stones McCoy, or text each other and stuff. So, Stones, can you get together with your buddy and find out what's going on?
I can. I call him Lando, so, you know.
That is sweet.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Lando, I like that.
But, yeah,
it's very catchy.
We have a situation where we've got a batting out of order again.
Well, way out of order. I mean, they skipped 2. So there's got to be something going on here.
Yeah, I believe they skipped actually 3, correct?
No, the leadoff batter was
2?
pinch hit for, so the number 2 and number 3 batters.
So the only thing I will say that, and I did find this out in just in communications with Coach.
Sure.
They are short uniforms, and one of their issues has been having a bunch of guys and not having enough uniforms, so having to share uniforms with guys.
So this may be a different guy?
I'm not saying that this is the situation. I'm just saying that could be playing into that as well.
So you're trying to help your buddy. I understand that. I respect that.
In the game of baseball, we're all friends except when we're competing on the field.
And we compete in the best
right.
interest of competition, but it's not personal, you say. Unless
Absolutely
they bat
not.
out of order. Then to me it's personal.
Well, then it's personal.
If I'm going to keep scoring a book, you gotta follow the rules, okay?
Yeah.
I got rules, you got to follow the rules.
I think a few people heard you handle that book.
I did not handle it well. I'm sorry. I did not, and I'm still not happy about it.
And we don't have any resolution. And
we have resolution with the same batter, so I don't know what to tell you. So maybe I'm going to go with maybe it's really the guy and he has a different jersey on. I'm going to go with what you said, covering for your buddy, Coach Lando. Oh, 1 pitch. Breaking ball high, 1-1. On deck, anybody's guess. Inside, 2-1. Peyton Stumbo started, went the first 4 innings, gave up a single hit, struck out 2. Then Brian Garnett went 2. Drake McNell went 2, and now Gabe Maya, the left-hander, finishing it up for the Potters as they trail it 4-2. Check swing, and that one's high. So 3 balls and a 1 strike now. Look out, foul ball, and that bat goes flying way high up against the screen. Thankfully, the Potters have that big screen there to protect our patrons, as well we should do. The on-deck batter, I think, is James Easter. Comes in to pick it up. Who in my scorebook does bat after Cowan Meyer, but that's in the 5th spot, not in the whatever right now. But anyway, we got the bat back, so that's what's important. Three-two coming up. Fouled out of play to our right, and Cowan holds on to the bat this time, so all is well. I just start waving to random fans because that's the kind of mood I'm in the 9th inning. Breaking ball's popped up. I think that's going to get out of play. Landon Weiss gives chase, and it is out of play. Some brave souls are acting like they were going to catch it like they really were, but it went on the tarp on top, the covering, and spared them the embarrassment of missing that. When I see you guys catch foul balls at games, I'm very amazed because that is not an easy thing to do. I've seen a guy named Stones McCoy do it allegedly 420 feet away from home plate. 408 feet away, sorry, Stones. 3-2 hit high up in the air to right field. Isola circling it and makes the catch. So no runs, a hit, and one left. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Yankees 4, Potters 2.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the ninth, Potters trailing at 4-2. It'll be led by Sotomayor, then Ben Romano and Jarek Curtis for the Potters against number 55 for the Yankees, who's coming on in relief of Zach Olavarria, who went one inning and struck out one. Number 55, according to Stones, is random player, which the problem is that I could actually see some parents these days naming their kid random. I could actually see that. That actually makes sense. JP's talking to the home plate umpire going, hey, dude, come on. I mean, how about something for the effort, you know? So Levi Sotomayor coming up. He has struck out single and fly to left, 1 for 3 in this one. Came in with a 4.21 average, did Levi, out of Sac City College. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander, number 55. Fastball just misses that outside corner. 1-0 on Levi. That's lined out to center field. Coming on. Diving try. Gets past him in center field. That's forward out there. And going around to second base is Levi Sotomayor. So he leads off the ninth inning with a double. Just the fourth hit for the Potters. That's actually Andrade out there in center. He took over for Portwood. Sotomayor with the line drive, and Andrade tried to make the diving play. Couldn't get it, and here's Ben Romano. 0 for 3 for Ben in his debut out of Windham, New Jersey. And Tulane University. Right-handed hitter. Breaking ball on check swing, and he went around, so it's 0-1. It would be a victory over evil if you win this game because you're playing against a team that just makes up batters whenever they feel like it and puts in random number pitchers. And I like them. That one just misses outside. They're doing their best to build a program. But you don't build a program by just skipping batters. Fastball misses outside. Is that Matt up there? On top of the container over there in right field, Matt Lundgren, President, General Manager, Probably some other titles he's got, owner, I don't know. Probably getting a better view. Maybe we'll put a camera over there. See, we'll talk to him about it, see what kind of look he gets from the game from over there. 2-1 coming up. That is outside ball 3. So 3-1 on Ben Romano. The potential tying run in this one, Stones, with Jarrett Curtis coming up. Maybe I'll call the pitcher Jarrett Collins. Three-one coming up. Swing and a miss. Good looking pitch right down the middle. 3-2. Nobody out. Sotomayor at second base, his second hit of the game. Just the fourth for the Potters. Three-two pitches high, ball 4. So Romano at first, Sotomayor at second, and now here's Jarrett Curtis, who has singled, struck out, and walked. He has shown a bunt before. He hasn't dropped down a bunt in this game, but did show it. And now we're going to have a meeting at the mound as Coach Lando is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. We're going to step away for just a second as we are in the bottom of the ninth. 2 on, nobody out. Potters trail by 2.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on.
After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The chat is over on the mound, and we are ready to go. Jarrett Curtis settles in. Picked up his first hit of the summer back in the 7th inning. Richardson playing up at first base. And Meyer at third in case the bunt. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's a call strike. I'll tell you, the fans that stayed around are really getting their money's worth, and they are weighing in on each and every play that happens. And I don't blame them. 0-1 to Jarrett Curtis. Shows bunt again, and another balk is going to be called. This time going to move runners to second and third, and that sets it up for Jarrett. As again, just really, really quick out on the mound. Getting out of this when he comes set and then delivers the pitch just way too quick. Second and third, nobody out. Potters trail by 2, and Curtis at the plate. JT Maloney to follow, then Landon Weiss. Curtis takes down low. Evens it up 1-1. Sotomayor doubled to start the inning. He is now at third. Ben Romano walked. He is now at second. Fastball. This is outside. 2-1. Perhaps a little bit low to Jarrett Curtis out of Cypress, Texas, and Texas Tech University. Two and one. That gets away from the catcher. Here comes a runner in from third, and he's going to score sliding heads first, and that makes it 4-3 in favor of the Yankees. Moving to third is Ben Romano. Believe that'll make it 3 balls and 1 strike on Jarrett Curtis. Infield in for the Yankees. 3-1 pitch coming up. Swing and a miss by Jarrett. 3-2. Tying run 90 feet away in the person of Ben Romano. Breaking ball. Ball 4. Curtis on base for the 3rd time today, and that will bring up JT Maloney. Still nobody out here, a run in. And we're going to have a pinch hitter, I think, for JT Maloney. Might be, it's going to be Brandon Springer. So out of William Jessup, he's played right field the first couple of games. He's not in the starting lineup tonight. Mr. Brandon Springer coming to the plate. Throw over to first base to kind of keep Curtis close because I think they're concerned about the winning run, the potential winning run is Curtis. Now the tying run is still over at third base in Ben Romano. Springer hitting just under .333. He's 5 for 16 so far in this season. Fastball on the inside corner. Very impressive fastball. 0-1 as Springer tied up a little bit, let it go by. 0-1 on Brandon. Nobody out here in the ninth inning. Potters have put one up on the board. Over to first base, almost threw it away over there. Nice scoop by Richardson. You know, the Potters have been doing, ever since my pen exploded, the Potters have been doing really good. So maybe I'll just keep new pens available. 0-1 pitch. Springer takes a breaking ball. It calls strike two, a little bit up in the strike zone. So quickly 0-2 on Brandon Springer. Landon Weiss scheduled next for the Potters. Then the top of the order, Aiden Isola. So quickly 0-2 on Springer. Curtis, short lead at first. 0-2 coming up. Fouls that one off. I don't know what he did. I guess he struck out. Sounded like a foul ball. I guess he just hit the catcher's glove and rolled out of the catcher's glove. Can't go to first because it's already occupied. So Springer is out on strikes, and that'll bring up Landon Weiss. So Potters still got that tie and run 90 feet away. The pitcher's worried about Curtis at first, but the Potters need to bring in Ben Romano, and Landon Weiss has struck out twice and walked in this one. He walked and scored back in the fifth. So 0-2. Throw over to first base, the slap to tag on Curtis, and he is barely back underneath the tag. He is barely underneath the tag at first. Weiss takes outside for a ball and a fastball. Got good velocity, number 55. 1 ball and no strikes. Weiss takes another fastball. It's a little bit too high. 2-0 on Landon. Romano at third, Curtis at first. 1 out now here in the ninth. Potters trail at 4-3. Trying to get their second win of the season and split this series with the Sacramento Yankees. That gets away. Here comes a runner in from third. Romano, he's going to score. That's tying the game. Another pass ball. Another run for the Potters. And Curtis is now out at second base. 4-4, bottom of the ninth. Curtis now at second base. Just 1 out and a 3-0 count now on Landon Weiss. .30 pitches in there for a call strike, 3-1. Weiss with 4 runs batted in this season takes that one high, ball 4. So runners now at first and second, and Aiden Isola coming up to the plate. Fly to center, singled, grounded to first, and grounded to short. Right fielder for the Potters tonight. 4 runs batted in on the season. He's got Jarrett Curtis out there at second base and just 1 out here. Weiss over at first. Zach Chamiso on deck. Breaking ball inside, gets away a little bit, but picked up and returned to the pitcher without Curtis being able to advance. That one is a high fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. Isola takes inside ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. That's a fastball in there for a strike, 3-1. Potters have scored twice here in the bottom of the ninth. They've tied the game at 4. They've got Jarrett Curtis out at second base. They've got Landon Weiss over at first base, and just 1 out in a 3-1 count on Aiden Isola. That's in the dirt, ball 4. So Potters have a double and 4 walks in the inning. A couple of wild pitches as well. And here's Zach Chamiso in his first game back as a Potter. He has a chance to deliver the game-winning hit. He's already got a sacrifice fly for an RBI today. He has scored a run back in the 8th. Was hit by pitch, popped out, sacrifice fly, and reached on an error by the first baseman back in the 8th. Infield in for the Sacramento Yankees. Left-hand hitting Chamiso. Fastball high and outside. That one is also high. 2 balls and no strikes. Just 1 out here in the 9th. Potters have scored twice. Bases loaded, and Zach Chamiso at the plate. Ball 3, not even close to Zach Chamiso. So 3 balls and no strikes. A double, a walk, strikeout, walk, and walk here in the 9th. That's right down the middle for a strike. If I'm the umpire, I would have called anything a strike on this one. That's what I would have done. I'd give the umpire a high five on that one. I think it was a strike anyway, but my strike zone would have been a little bit inflated at 3-0. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. That's the ball game. So Chamiso gets the base on balls, gets another RBI. Jarrett Curtis scores. Potters score 3 times in the bottom of the 9th. It wasn't pretty, but I'll tell you, the Potters could use a W, and they got one. Final score, 5-4 Potters with the win. We're back with the post game right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Welcome into Potters postgame. Mark the Phantom Low, Stones McCoy here. Now, Stones, it wasn't pretty. But we talked about just trying to get a W in the books, and the Potters got a W.
They got a W, and they got it done. When we had our mid-game report, we talked about what's going wrong with the Potters. It was allowing too many base runners, running out of innings, getting thrown out on the base paths, things of that nature. And then that's exactly what the Sacramento Yankees gave to the Potters in the ninth
Exactly,
inning.
it was. But
and they took advantage.
Give credit to Levi Sotomayor, though. He started the inning off with the double. That's the key. You get the first guy on base, and then you put some pressure on the defense, and they couldn't come through on the mound. 4 walks, and it is what it is. But you take the win. But I think if we had a player of the game today, it's probably going to be Peyton Stumbo for the Potters.
Absolutely.
He went the first 4 innings and gave up basically nothing. 1 hit, and he struck out 2. And I think for the second time, the right-hander out of Auburn's looked really impressive.
Absolutely. And so far through 4 games this season, the Potters' arms have looked pretty impressive. I like that. We talk a lot about summer baseball, and one of the hardest things to maintain throughout the entire 64-game schedule is those arms.
It's a long one.
It's those arms. And it's really nice to see arms like this playing the way they're playing to start the season. And a huge thing, I'm stacking right now, but Zach Chamizo, I just got to stack that.
You love having Zach Chamizo back in. So what's the difference now? I'm looking at the psyche of the team. What's the difference now between dropping this one 4-1 or 4-2, or coming back in an unlikely fashion, but still notching the W going into the weekend series against Menlo Park?
Well, this proves the point that we talked about earlier, and we've talked about a couple of times now, of that the Potters, doesn't matter what team is out there, what guys have that uniform on. Once you strap that uniform on, there's something about not giving up.
There's something about it.
And this just reinforces what the coaches and the managers are telling this group is, if we don't give up, if we stay in there no matter what happens, we're going to come out at least really competitive, if not with a W. And tonight they stuck the course and they came out with the W.
Came out with the W. Final score in this one, 5-4. Potters score 3 times in the 9th inning to win it. Tomorrow night we're back, 6:35 first pitch against the Menlo Park Legends. It's 90s night. I don't know how that affects you, but it is 90s night. We're on at about 6:20 with our Potters warm-up show. We thank you for watching tonight. We will see you again tomorrow on the Stones Radio Networks.